I am losing weight, but my body percentage fat is increasing. What is going on? Hey team, this is Evolve Strong with CJ, and this is CJ. I help you lose 10 pounds and 5 inches in 28 days. That's the main claim to the fame that we do here at Evolve. I also teach mean step class and lots of cool group fitness classes. Fitness is my passion. This is what I do. So I get a lot of individuals who are on a weight loss journey. That's where we start most of the time. We always find ourselves, 15, 20 pounds down, up, and we want to kind of, decrease our waist size, and just life in general gets in the way. So we decide to seek help, which is mainly me and or one of the trainers here at Evolve, and we begin a weight loss journey. So what we do, one of the protocols, the Phoenix protocols, not one of them, but the Phoenix protocol, the one that we have created here that is unique to Evolve and refined over the last 15 years, is number one, we have to move. We have to move no less than 4 to 5 hours a week. And that means getting the heart rate up beyond its resting rate. And I would say about, getting it to about 60, 70% at minimum. 80% of max heart rate would be fantastic. Now, interval-based training is perfect, but really pushing the body beyond where your norms are, that is going to get some of the greatest return. Now, movement also includes weight training. Weight training is absolutely critical for your health. And so most of the classes that I teach here have a mixture thereof of resistance training, whether it be body weight or whether it be small dumbbells, whether it be TRX, whether it be kettlebells, whether it be barbells, the whole gamut goes. But because I like keeping things fresh, and my ADHD mind won't just keep the same things over and over again. It's pretty repetitive most of the times, but that's a good, healthy regimen. That's a good, healthy routine. But what we do is we marry that with cardio intervals, and then we always do core. Core is critical for your health. So again, protocol number one of the Phoenix method is movement and resistance training. Number two, we begin to be accountable for the food that we put into our system. And on a weight loss journey, I like cycling calories. If I say to someone that you can only eat this, this, and this, and you can only have this for that certain amount of time, and you have to clean out your cupboards, no sugar, no this, you know what? You're going to fail. You're going to fail like there's no belief. What I do believe in, though, is if you have a hard weekend, then you got to have a really conservative weekday. So I like caloric cycles that have restrictions, such as right now we're in the middle of a 4-day caloric restriction because I know a lot of you partied this weekend. So what I try to do is I try to have a managed group fast, basically, is what it is. Some people call it fast, some people call it caloric restrictions. It just depends on who you are, what it is. Honestly, all it is regimen, and it reduces your calories. Now, if you are a normal human being, about 98 or 99% of you, having a day where you only eat 500 calories or 1,000 calories is perfectly fine. It's actually good for you. It resets a lot of different hormonal levels. Now, you can't do it forever. So I cycle this. I do cycle this a lot. Now, some individuals swear on what we call an 8-16. They only eat for 8 hours, and then for 16 hours, they fast. They don't eat anything. That's great. That's kind of what I do on a daily basis. But sometimes because I work so much, I break that fast. But it's very difficult to stay regimented all the time. So if you're going to have a heavy weekend, just reduce your calories, right? So again, on a weight loss journey, we are using the number 1 and the number 2 and the number 3 protocol, which is the number 3 protocol is accountability. You have to hold yourself accountable. And what I do is I measure you 3 days a week, period. And I'll know if you are doing that which I tell you to do, and if you're showing up, or if you're kind of pussyfooting around and just wasting time, just being real. So on a weight loss journey, think about what's going on in your body. You are burning more energy than you are consuming. Let's repeat that again. You are burning more energy, or you're burning calories. Calories is basically, the resting, it's basically your energy output, 1 calorie. So if you calorie in, calorie out. So if you're just sitting here, you're probably wasting 1 or 2 calories every minute. Probably more than that, some of us. It just all depends on what we call the base metabolic rate. It's your burn ratio. But again, it's a calorie. Calorie is just a fancy word for terminology that the body uses energy with. Okay. Let's just keep it simple like that. Okay. I may have dumbed that down too much. Some of you may argue, oh, well, let's just keep it that way. Now, in a weight loss journey, once again, we are burning more calories than we are putting into our system. So for moving 5 hours a week, that's 5 extra hours of increased heart rate, which is burning a lot of calories. And then your metabolism increases because you're burning. There's an effect at the end. If you're at this really high metabolic rate at the end of your workout, it slowly comes down. So you're burning a lot. That's why you're sweating a lot after a workout. And it's still, you're having breath, you're having a hard time, catching energy. So again, that's your metabolic rate slowly coming down. So there's secondary and tertiary benefits to that. And so you're burning a lot of calories, right? Especially if you get to those 80% heart rates. It takes a while for the body to calm down. And you're burning energy in order to do that. So then you're marrying these caloric restriction days, or just overall, you're being more accountable with your food. So you know what you're eating, and then you're making adjustments to where you're not eating as many calories. So right now, the body is in what we call deficit. And with that said, the body has to pull from within energy stores. And the number one place for an energy store is the fat stores. That's why we hold fat. Our bodies, when you look at anthropology, during times where there was famine, we stored a lot of fat, right? The fat that was stored was burned. But during times of harvest, we would pack food on. That's what a bear does before they go into hibernation in the winter. So right during harvest season in October, before the cold comes, we would definitely put some poundage on. And then during the winter, we would kind of skinny up, right? So that is the way our bodies work, the bodies function. But because food is so accessible, and because we've become sedentary, we put on a lot of weight, and we drink a lot of beer. There's lots more stresses. We don't handle the stresses properly. So we find ourselves overweight. So now we get on these caloric restrictions, and now we're moving. Okay. Because the body is in a deficit now, and because as a percentage of total weight is now coming down, when you look at the equation, body fat as a percentage of your overall weight begins to increase. That's the natural way when you are on a weight loss journey at the beginning. All right. Now, if you find yourself at 15% body fat or 20% body fat and you're competing, that's a different story. But if you're coming in at 50%, if you're coming in at 40%, 30%, a little bit above 25%, that body percentage fat is going to actually be inversely affected in comparison to your weight loss. So as you begin to lose weight, your body fat will increase. Now, when you begin to stabilize and you get below a certain part, like 20%, and you're competing and you're eating so clean that it's not even funny, and you're beginning to lose 2, 3, 4 pounds, that normally is strictly body fat. But in the meantime, your body is already accustomed to that movement, to that level of output. So again, when you get to a certain level, then your body fat will come down. Now, how do we take down our body fat but keep our weight the same? Basically, what you have to do is eat more protein. You have to use a lot more resistance training, and you have to maintain really, really clear eating habits with the output. Okay. So honestly, really is high protein, low carb diets that married with consistent movement with a lot of weightlifting. That is how we begin to build a muscle. Now, there's going to come a point, though, within your weight loss journey where the percentage fat and the weight come down together. There has to be. There has to come a point where there's an inflection point where that comes down. But if you want a muscle gain or like that, and honestly, guys, if you're at 50, 40, 30, 25% body fat, don't start worrying about muscle tone just yet. You got to get your body percent down. But how you get there first is through weight loss. Let me repeat that again. The way you get your body percentage fat down is through weight loss to begin. Then there's that inflection point that everything begins to come down together. Okay? So don't be alarmed when you are first starting out your journey where your body percentage fat comes up, your weight loss comes down, or you're kind of stuck on your weight for just a little bit. Your body will eventually catch up. I promise you. Been doing this for 25 years. So I've seen all of the charts and I know what's up. Now, if you're having problems or if you need some help, always reach out. 505-591-4700, 505-591-4700 is my cell phone. I'd love for you guys to reach out via text, cj@evolvestrong.com. You're more than welcome to reach out there as well. But from there, from my heart to yours, remember, start strong, stay strong, always be evolving utmost strong. Have a great day.